Hey Mad family and friends, George Samios reporting the July RBA update. Been a really big month here at Mad, actually one of the biggest months we've written in business ever in the history, which sort of shows you what's going on in the market. Also launched a new website, I'll touch on that a bit later, and our first ever newsletter. So if you haven't read it yet, go to your emails and look up Mad Advice, and it's pretty cool. We talk about property, clearance rates, what's going on in the mortgage market, and also success stories, my favorite, talking about some real life Mad customers who have actually changed their direction in life and really become successful. And I wanted to share with you, our customers. All right, but let's cut to the chase, guys. We're here for the RBA. RBA thankfully stayed on hold at 4.1%, which is awesome. I reckon we are at the top, if I was to be honest with your family. I think 4.1, what I'm seeing with the variables, owned, occupied, P&I, normal 80% LVR, around that 6% mark. However, if you're doing investment, high LVRs, they're in the 7, so rates are pretty high, especially from where we were only a couple of years ago. So I reckon we're at the top. Inflation seems to be getting under control. But for those who are experiencing some mortgage stress, 3 things you could look at doing immediately is potentially changing to interest only, maybe extending your loan term over 30 years, or even just reaching out to us so we can get that rate reviewed. Now I want to show you guys the new Mad Home Loans website. It's really easy to research. You hover over Mad Loans and it's got my Mad goal. For example, how to buy my first house. I want to relocate for those southern friends who want to come up to sunny Queensland to sell by calculators, to different stamp duties, the different loans which will help you do it. That's what that one is. How to buy an investment property, how to use equity to buy more property, build a property portfolio. It's all under that goal. Reduce my repayments is essentially refinancing and potentially changing to interest only or extending your loan term up. For all those people who are industry specific, we have all the special deals that you get being doctors or lawyers or accountants. And of course, all the different loan types. If you want to just skip to I want to buy property, I want to refinance, the Mad team will be in touch with you as soon as possible. Look, you just click that, I've signed a contract, or I'm looking at realestate.com, give us some basic information, and bam, one of the Mad team will be in contact with you within only a couple of business hours. We've got a new giving back section which talks about everything at Mad that we do to give back, how much money we raise for charities, all the different things that we do, the lunch and learns, the charity balls, the Villanova sponsorships. Of course, the team, if you're interested in how to actually work at Mad, and of course, all the different people who work here, it's all covered there. And then, of course, we've got our Mad Life and Mad Commercial up the top as well, different links. That's all about the website, guys. Some exciting news for the first home buyers watching. The first home buyer scheme has changed. The first home buyer scheme, for those who don't know, is the 95% loan with no mortgage insurance. If you're buying in Brisbane, that's up to 700 grand with only 5% deposit required, which is 35 grand. Now you don't have to just be a first home buyer. As long as you haven't owned a property for at least 10 years, you qualify as a first home buyer. That's game changer. And a couple now defined as 2 people, doesn't have to be spouse. So it could be you and your brother, you and your sister, you and your mate. That's really cool. And as well now, you don't just have to be a citizen, you can just be a permanent resident of this country. There's 20,000 more schemes available, 10,000 for our regional friends, and honestly, really, probably the best first home underground I've seen in my whole career. So if you're a first home buyer and you haven't got that much savings, even the numbers on 500 grand, you only need 25 grand is 5%. So please reach out if you want to buy your first house using this scheme. Mad is all over it. For those also who are looking at buying, make sure you get a pre-approval. It's critical. We're seeing a lot of customers come to Mad without pre-approvals, and it's causing a lot of heartache for them. You want to get a pre-approval. The banks thoroughly go through your bank statements now, and living expenses is a big thing. So get a pre-approval, then go buy. Don't go buy, then come to us, please. All right, gang, let's finish off by launching something else we're doing here at Mad, suburb reports. Every month I commit to going to at least 3 different suburbs in Brisbane. The first being Seven Hills, of course, where we are, Coorparoo and Carindale. Going through, exploring these suburbs, finding out the median value, the growth in the last 5 years, when it even bin day is. What's the best restaurants, coffee shops, parks, schools, and giving it to you guys on a platter to help you research So when you want to find your next property, you know exactly the best suburbs for you. So keep an eye on our YouTube channel. If you aren't a part of our YouTube, please search Mad Loans, and you can actually be a part of our YouTube family. Besides that, everyone, I'm tuning off for the July RBA. I'll see you next month.